Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm just going to do a little overview of my little portfolio that I have here. As you see, so far I'm investing $13,958. It just changed right now, $957. And for today, I am up 0.54%. And after hours, I'm down 0.18%. And for the past week, I'm up 1.22%. The past month, up 34.62%. And of course, for just 1 month, 34% is extremely good. This isn't probably not going to happen often, so I'm not expecting to get 34% monthly. And the past 3 months, I'm up 59.55%. Same thing, not very common to get such a high return in the past 3 months. And just for this video, I'm going to show you the 1 year. I didn't even know I was up this much this year. All right, I just didn't even know. But I am up well over $5,000, which is 70% of my portfolio. Doing pretty good. I think this is like my second year investing on Robinhood. And I'm just go on to my holdings real quick. As you see, I'm invested in Innovative Industrial Properties, ticker symbol IIPR. And this is a cannabis REIT. And for all the cannabis companies I own three of them: IIPR, Aurora Cannabis, and Canopy Growth. All those are doing very bad, as well. What everyone is expected from them, they've just been underachieving. And it's not really their fault, it's just how the market is doing when it comes to cannabis. And they were expecting way more sales and all these things to come along, but it still hasn't shown up yet. It's still too early. And as a result, most of these cannabis companies are going down very, very fast. And I am down 18% on this one. Let's actually go look at the other two, Aurora Cannabis, ticker symbol ACB. As you see, it's at $2.78 when about a year ago it was at $10 or around $10. And as you see, I just bought a few shares a long time ago at $6, which seems like a long time ago, but it really isn't. And I'm down well over 50%, but as you see, it's only 0.32% of my portfolio, so it doesn't even matter to me. And right now, it is pretty bad in the cannabis market, pretty bad with these two giving out their earnings. Every time a big cannabis company gives out our earnings, it is bringing down the whole sector. Canopy Growth did pretty bad. Aurora Cannabis didn't do that good. And as you see, in the past week, it lost a quarter of its value. It's at $15. Canopy Growth $15 when this company was well over 50, I believe, well over $50 at one point. Let's actually see. Yeah, 52-week high, $52. As you see, I am also down over 50%. I have 11 shares in this one, and my average cost is twice as much, more than twice as much of what it is now. I will have to see a lot more before I start investing in Canopy. I have to see some results. They've lost a lot of money. I think this is a record of how much they lost, and at least in the past year. Yeah, look at their actual EPS, $1.08 they've lost. It's not good. And look at the Aurora Cannabis, $2.77. This is basically like a penny stock now. I mean, look at it. It's just crazy. But let's actually look at my actual companies I own that are not really considered super speculative. The first one I have here is Activision Blizzard, and I'm doing pretty well on this one. I own 15 shares. My average cost is at $48. It's up about 10%. I bought, I think, in March of this year. Around here, started buying, and I knew it was a good time to buy because it had a huge dip, and I just figured that it would be a really good time to buy just because of their earnings. But now they're slowly getting back up there, which is good. And maybe I'll buy some more if I see some dips. But most companies that I'm seeing, other than the cannabis companies, are all at 52-week highs. Like if you let's look at this real quick. It's basically mirrors the S&P 500. But in the past year, it's look at this. The past 5 years, you see that it's basically at its all-time high. The past year, it's all-time high right now. So what I'm seeing, most companies right now are at their 52-week highs, which for me, I'm not really looking to invest anything right now. Most companies are at their 52-week highs. I feel like there has to be a correction coming. And once a correction comes, that's when I would like to put some money in. I believe that if you would only put money in when there's corrections, like when the S&P goes down 5-10% in a month or two, that's probably the best time to get in. That's how you get those pretty high returns once you see the company, most companies just going down just because of a correction or a little or news with the economy. Once you start seeing that news and you see a good company then that's going down, that's the time to buy. Like for example, let's look at Apple, right? I think last year around this time, this is when the a huge correction was happening. A year ago, as you see, Apple was at 223, and then with the correction that happened was pretty big. It was at around 223, 24, $25, and it went down all the way to the 140s, to the $140 mark. Imagine if you start buying around here, once it start hitting under the $200 mark, your average cost, let's say you start buying at around 180 to be start buying at under 200, then you buy another one at 180, then 170, then 160, 140, buy a few shares. You're going to be doing really good. Really good. If your average cost, you just buy at this point and your average cost is like at $180. You're making $80 a share right now if you just waited from here until there. What is that? What kind of return is that? From 180 to 260? That's like $40. 40%, I mean 30 to 45% in 1 year. That is extraordinary gains, guys. Extraordinary. And you just need to be patient when it comes to that. There are very good companies. There's tons of good companies out there. But timing is everything. You don't have to time the market. You just need to buy when you see that the company is starting to dip, when there's little corrections. I believe that's like one of the best times to buy, when you start seeing a little red in the market. You start seeing blood in the market, everything's red. Usually everything bounces back. And like I said, I just give you an example. Let's look at Amazon, right? Amazon, if I have it on here. Let's look it up. Ticker symbol AMZN. Amazon of around here. I think it was $1,300. Now it's at 17. 400. You're making $400 a share in gains. That is very good gains. You don't even need to do much. You just know which companies that are good. Keep them in your watch list. Wait until you see an opportunity to buy. Right now, I don't believe it's a really good opportunity to buy many stocks because most of them are at their 52-week highs. But let's move on. Facebook, another company I've owned for a while, up 10%, doing pretty good. I have a small position in this. I used to have a bigger position. I slowly sold off some of them, and I shouldn't have. But as you see, I'm still up pretty good. And Nvidia, a one position that I have quite a bit, and I'm up 13%, pretty good. But I'm still waiting for Nvidia to break its all-time highs of, I believe, around 280, 290. And then still, Nvidia has a ton of potential to keep going even further than that. And if not, if it keeps dipping, then I would buy some because this company has a ton of potential. Square stock, I believe I am down on this one. Yeah, basically down 0.62%, $2 break even. I saw that this company was on the dip around here, and I started buying some. At one point, it was hitting around $100, I believe, close to it. Close to it. So if it ever gets back to there, then I'll be up having a pretty penny on that one. And as you see the earnings, it's going up, and that's some great thing to see. That's a great thing to see when you see their earnings are going up. That's very good. Next one, Tesla, one of the stocks that I put a lot of money in just because I believe in it. I'm up 41%. Pretty good. Doing pretty good on this one. I still believe that Tesla has a lot more potential in the future, but we just have to wait and see. We have to wait and see how they execute, and if they can execute. And also next week they're going to reveal their truck, see how that looks. That's probably going to be another thing that will move either Tesla up a lot or Tesla down a lot. That's going to be a day where going to be a lot of action in the market with Tesla. And as you see, I'm almost at the $14,000 mark. Very good. I'm doing pretty good in the markets right now. Now for me is I'm just saving up. Once I see the markets are red, put a ton of money in. Then you'll be getting great gains into the future. Once you wait for those dips, you buy those great companies, those Apples, those Amazons, those all these companies right here. Some that pay dividend if you're into that, or some that are just pure growth that you were looking into. Whatever you're into, there's always going to be good opportunities to buy. And when you get that opportunity, you better take it, because it happens maybe once or twice a year. And it hasn't really happened in this year that much. Not very big opportunities to buy. Last year, there was one around this time. That was an amazing time to buy. If you started in the stock market and you bought into that, you might even be doubling what you're having right now. And that's pretty crazy if that's your first year. Because in the first time I was invested, I got in at the pretty highs. My portfolio went down a lot. It took me a long time to recover. Then I started slowly seeing what's going on in the market. It just takes time to see how to do stuff, see what's going on. Just takes time and experience. And yeah, this is just another little update. I'll probably do another video on Aurora Cannabis and Canopy Growth. Maybe I'll separate them two videos just so I can put more content up. I really need to read more on what's going on and see what's happening with these companies, and then I'll show you guys, and then maybe you guys can tell me your opinion on these and see. Maybe this might not be the best time to buy. Obviously, it's not the best time to buy, but you know what? I'll just start my position super small and slowly build it out over the years. And yeah, that's going to be all for today. Please drop a like, subscribe, turn post notifications on, and I'll see you guys in the next one.